New York is the entertainment capital of the world. We are doing a series of shows about the careers in show business. And today we have one of the most important people in the creative process, and that is the writer. Our guest for today is Miss China Clark, who is a producer, writer, literary agent, and has been around the business for 15 years or more. Is that right?
Yes.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Okay. As we both are, from previous conversations, we're involved in the process of working with young people.
Yes.
We have taught either by osmosis, regular classroom work,
Yes.
etc.
Absolutely.
How would you advise a young person who's interested in the entertainment industry, but who does not act and who is not funny? Okay? How would you get a group of people motivated to become writers and give them the confidence that they can be writers?
Well, I'd start off by giving these young people a very healthy respect in their ideas. Because our business, it's really ran on ideas. And I'd start each student with giving him and her confidence in their ideas.
Okay, so confidence is the key.
Yeah, but confidence in what their vision of life, their individual vision of life.
How soon in the learning process?
Almost, okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, is it kindergarten? Is it first grade? Is it elementary?
Almost immediately. It's even before kindergarten. When you can talk to them and make contact with them and they understand you almost immediately.
Okay.
See, we don't have as many creative artists as we should have because the kids are not taught to have a respect for their own ideas.
Well, how could we get this in the school system? How, if this lady over here had a 5-year-old and she had a 7-year-old, how are you going to say to that kid, you can become a writer, you can make a difference, your story is important?
You encourage them to start to tell you stories.
But you know how the public school systems are. Now, be realistic. Here you are, a teacher with 30 kids, 5 are jumping up on the ceiling, 3 are sleeping in the back. Some have come in from parents where the situation is not amenable to learning. How are you going to get them?
Now it's a difficult problem, but I've done this for many, many years, and from small children to college students to prisoners.
Okay.
And what I do is I get them to start to think what they have to say is important.
Okay.
I get them first to talk. And that is the key.
Okay.
You get them first to talk. And you don't make them feel that, writing is so difficult.
I was
or
about to say.
It has to be like Shakespeare to be a good writer, or you have to have a stream of consciousness like James Joyce.
Right, okay.
We start with the writer's thoughts from the littlest one, and we teach him that his writing, his thoughts become his writing.
Okay, let me just ask you this now. I'm sure if you have been around the entertainment field for many years.
Yes.
What do you say to children who want to be creative, and the parents will say, you must get a job. You can't make a living writing. I mean, come on, you got to have a 9 to 5 to make it in this society.
Yes.
What do you say to that youngster to give him that fighting spirit to say to his parents, I want to be a writer and I can make a living? What do you say? What do you say?
I say to him or her, you have to follow your dream. You've got to really listen to your own inner mind. And the more you listen, the stronger it gets.
Okay.
And you must follow that. Because ultimately what happens when you grow up, your parents will not be there.
Yeah, but they won't be there. But you're talking elementary school students now. You're talking about America is kind of conservative still, even though on the East Coast and the West Coast you have entertainment industries. But basically, most parents in America want their kids to be a fireman, policeman, civil service worker, teacher, doctor, lawyer. And if they're a little bright, they'll say, go to graduate school, go to law school.
Well, then, but some writers that go to graduate school or go to law school, they're fine writers, because I've taught these people how to write screenplays and teleplays.
Okay.
So some of them are fine writers because they get that basic education. So getting your basic education in your reading, your writing, your arithmetic, just your basic knowledge is not going to stop you from being a writer.
Okay.
Or following your dream.
Okay, so you're talking about following your dream, and you can make a living being a writer.
Yes.
All right. Let me ask you a little something else about your agency.
Yes.
A lot of our kids, and a lot of our adults also, don't really know what a literary agent is, how that differs from a manager or a talent agent. What is a literary agent? In words that our students can understand. What do you do? What is it and what do you do?
Okay, what I do is I'm a little different from your run-of-the-mill literary agent, because most of my clients I have personally developed as writers.
Okay, so you start from scratch.
So I start with my clients from scratch, and I help them through the process of writing a screenplay or a teleplay. And then what you do is you try to sell the writer's work.
Okay.
You try to sell his screenplay, and I deal with screenplays and teleplays.
Oh, good, good.
And then what you try to do is also get assignments for the writer.
For the writers, okay.
So, but when you develop him or her and they have one really, really good script, that becomes the writer's calling card.
Oh, okay. So so I have some stuff. So could I just send it to you and see if you take a look? Or just not me, but anybody out there?
Anybody out
Right.
there.
You have something called China Light Pictures or China Light Productions.
Yes.
Tell us what that's about.
Okay, China Lights Pictures came out of our agency.
Okay.
What happened is we started developing some wonderful writers. Dr. Douglas Warnell is one, and Joe Monteperto, and Kimberly Jackson, and Mariana. And we had all these wonderful scripts, and we wanted to get them done and get them produced. And of course, you know, and you get in that Hollywood mill, oh, we love the script, China. We'll get back to you. We'll be getting back to you. Well, you know,
When to get back to you.
yeah,
Right,
you wait
right.
for that forever, and it's a wonderful script. Everybody in the office has read it. We'll get back to you, and oh no, we're not going to go with that. So we got kind of pretty disgusted with that process.
All right. So what you did then, you made it your own company
Yes, we
to
developed the
facilitate your own
Yes.
clients
Yes.
and your clients that you were developing. You're developing talent also.
Yes, so
Okay.
we're developing the talent, developing the scripts, and we're producing the movies now.
Okay. Oh, that sounds really interesting. And I know that there are many youngsters and older people too who really don't know where to start in terms of writing, and don't know that you really need an agent that's different from a talent agent to get your work seen and done and heard and get it marketed out into the marketplace. Okay, we know that in New York and LA are the pop places to be.
Yes.
What about the youngster who's in the middle of the country, or who is in a southern state, or who's in who really is not near a metropolitan area? How would they get into this industry?
How do they?
What would they do?
They get into the flow of it.
How would they do that?
Well, what they would do is many times in these places they have wonderful theater groups.
Okay, theater group.
Join a theater group. You know, become a writer for a local theater group.
Okay,
Join a local writers group.
okay.
And you know, begin to work with a group there. And I get submissions from all over the world, actually. So you can get the Ross report,
Okay.
and in that it gives you the names of all the literary agents, and you can send your work to them.
Okay, but how realistic is it if I'm just a 10th grader in Kalamazoo and I have written this wonderful script and my high school teacher said it's great and I may be taking it to the church or the community group.
Yes.
How realistic is it to give our youngsters this hope? I call it like false hope when you say like you can do it, you can become rich, you can become president of the United States,
Yes.
and we say that with tongue in cheek.
Yes.
How realistic is it to give our youngsters that goal to reach, and how realistic is he going to reach it?
Yes, we must give him that goal. We must.
Why?
Because that's the part of the creative process.
Okay.
And it's so important, a part of the creative process. And every creative person, without that hope, we wouldn't sing, we wouldn't dance, we
Okay.
wouldn't write.
Okay.
So that is such a vital part of it.
Okay, one little legality here. I kind of remember when a script is sent
Yes.
and it doesn't have that script release document in it, and it doesn't have it on the outside of the envelope, will you look at unsolicited material?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
A lot of the other agents and places, they won't.
Okay.
But yes, I do look at unsolicited material.
Okay, because I know that's a problem. If you send something out, you don't have an agent, you don't have the slip in there, then it goes in the round file. We know the round file is the wastebasket.
Yes.
Or a lot of stuff will go right in there.
Yes.
Right.
No, I read everything that I get.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is wonderful because a lot of folks just send stuff out and they never hear from it again.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about, you said you were working on something called your Bessie Smith project. What's that?
Yes,
And
my Bessie Smith project it's a play about, of course, the great black blues singer, Bessie Smith. And we did it last year in Berlin.
oh, okay.
And they just absolutely loved it in Europe. So now what we're doing here is we're planning another production of it, in a New York production, and we're also planning a movie.
Oh.
So I'm also doing a movie script for
for
Bessie.
that, okay.
And we're doing a play here in New York.
Is that, did I hear something about that? Would say Dinah Ross wanted to play Bessie Smith, or was it Lynn Whitfield, or many of the women?
Yes, this, I think the script has had, not mine,
Okay.
but I think Horton Foote wrote a script that circulated everywhere. I think the last time I heard that a famous rapper, was going to play Bessie Smith. So, I mean, a lot of people have talked about doing it and wanted to do it, but the movie project seems to never get off the ground.
Is it because of the big dollar sign, or is it some other reason?
Yeah, I think the last time, this is just what I heard, that the last time it was because it would cost too much. I think they said $25 million for a particular
Well, that's not really a lot for a movie, but
script,
Right.
and they didn't want to put that much money. But the one that I'm producing, I'm going to do it for about $5 to $10 million. So.